to Paper Pages and Possibilities. My name is Christina. Definitely glad to have you with me today. And today I am bringing you a book review for one of the Oklahoma authors that I met at a local conference a couple weeks ago. And the book I'm reviewing today is called King of the Shore by Eryn Adams. So, King of the Shore, it is a sci-fi story. So we follow Marcus Bass, who is a Scotian. Scotians are the dominating power within the surrounding galaxy. And the Scotians are actually going to a planet called Charon that they have discovered to have some resources that they would really like to have. So the Scotians go to that planet with the intent of conquering the planet for their benefit. Marcus Bass is one of the upper class in the Scotian culture, but he also has ties to Charon. So we're following him as he navigates the tricky line between his Scotian and Charon heritages. And I found this a really interesting story. I wasn't sure what I was getting into when I started it, but I ended up really enjoying it. It was a challenging book for me. And I'm actually going to talk a little bit more in depth and share some very personal things that it brought to the surface for me. So one of the things that wasn't completely obvious at the front, I knew there was Christian influences with this book, but I didn't realize just how deep those influences would go. It turns out, the way I see this is, this takes Christianity about 1,000+ years into the future and poses the question of what it would be like for a brand new entity, like a new culture, to discover Christianity and Christian people for the very first time, and basically learning what that culture is like in a futuristic world. And through Marcus Bass, we actually follow him through I would consider it a religious conversion in the process of the events that take place in the book. So what was challenging for me is the idea of faith. So being very open here, I was born and raised Christian. However, at this point in my life, I am what I consider agnostic. So I don't follow any specific religion, but I believe that there is something out there. To me, there hasn't been enough proof that I have been able to personally witness to convince me of a Christian deity. So that's where I'm at. I'm of a mindset that I want to be able to believe. I can't. And that's what this book kind of showed me. It showed me like someone going from non-belief to belief, and I had that yearning to be able to believe. And it was definitely uncomfortable feeling and something that I'm still processing. It's hard to explain. But I wanted to share with you just like what kind of impact this book had on me. It definitely wasn't a religious conversion, but it opened up the compartment of religion that I had kind of put to the back of my head, and it's making me take that out and examine it for the first time in a while. So that's something that I am grateful for that this book has done. Not what I expected when I went into the book, but I wanted to share those thoughts. Like overall, I did enjoy the story. The story itself was fascinating. The plot and the characters. Beside Marcus Bass, we get to see the first person point of view of several people in the story. And what I found interesting is that the point of view, it was always in first person, and it shifted frequently from one person to another. Uh, but even though it did that frequent shift, it, like, I was able to follow along. I didn't get lost in the process. It felt like a smooth transition each time. So it was very interesting to see like the inner world of each of the characters, where we saw their point of view, like their thoughts, their questioning on the part of Marcus Bass, their trials of faith for some that were, already believers, and an overall, fascinating story. All right, well, that is all that I have for today. I definitely appreciate you taking the time, especially if you've made it this far. I would love to hear from you in the comments, any thoughts that this book review sparked. Definitely welcome conversation. That's one of the things that I look forward to the most with these videos, is seeing reactions and being able to have a conversation about the topics in the comments. So until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.